Guys, 1 foot high here with my first and possibly last ever 1/6 figure review. I've got to give a big shout out to folks like the Clipper King and Sean Long. Been watching your reviews for ages, guys. Superb job. I never seem to have the time or the talent to do the kind of stuff that you guys do. But as a favour to a friend, I just thought I'd review this figure very quickly, and at the same time thought I'd make it public so everyone else can benefit. So this is essentially a really quick review of the XD Toys Captain of Octopus, which is pretty much a blatant rip-off of the Hot Toys Davy Jones figure. I'll say it as I see it, and when you see the figure you'll realise that's exactly what it is. But couldn't afford the Hot Toys prices and exclusivity of that figure. They're pretty tough to come by. This one came up on pre-order. I got it from KG Hobby. Highly recommend those guys. Never had a problem with them. Always good with the pre-orders, always good with the shipping, pretty decent prices. So yeah, kghobby.com. So as you can imagine, with a budget kind of rip-off figure like this, all the bells and whistles and the frills have gone. You can see it's pretty much a black box, but pretty much the blister pack sort of says it all, really. So there's no fancy wrapping, no labels, no pictures, no real sort of extras to speak of other than the figure itself. So that's about it in terms of packaging. That's pretty much all you get. What you've got really is obviously the main figure and a few accessories. You've got the scabbard. I'll get all these out in a second to give it a bit more detail. Sword. Davy Jones locker, pirate chest, the heart. Behind a piece of tape there you've got the key, very, very small. Hat. The pipe. And a cane. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there was much more on the Hot Toys figure, and as I say, I think it's a complete copy of it anyway. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty basic, no frills. The figure's not even held in properly. I mean, there is no packing on this figure whatsoever. Nothing to hold it down, nothing to stop it getting knocked about. It's pretty tough, but there's not even anything on the head to protect it while it's in transit. But it seems to have made it from Hong Kong in fairly decent shape. Okay, so straight out of the box, there's pretty much an obvious problem with this figure, and that's the fact that it won't stand up on its own. It probably could be made to eventually balance okay, but it's pretty flaky. Don't know whether that's to do with the fact it's only got 1 foot essentially. It's a heavy figure, guys. It's got quite a weight to it. It just doesn't stand up. It's not something I'd be happy to put in a DTOF or any other cabinet. If it goes over, it's going to take quite a few other figures over with it as well. So I've just stuck it on a stand for now, but just be aware it doesn't actually come with a stand. But straight out of the box, without playing about with it, it's not got a great deal of articulation. I'll show you that in a second, but it's not bad. It's got some pretty good detail on it. Let me see if my phone will capture this from the bottom upwards. It's not bad. I had about 5 minutes with a Hot Toys version of this a few years back, and it's not quite got that same kind of glossy, just come out the sea, wet look about it. I guess the more talented of you could probably put some kind of lacquer or varnish on it, make a big difference. But you know, straight out of the box, it's pretty good actually. I'm not sure how much further I can get in for the detail, but you can see it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And on the back of the coat, where there was some incredible detail on the Hot Toys, I mean, it's a blatant copy, but it's not bad at all. There's a lot of good detail on the muscles, barnacles, whatever these are, stuck on the back. Back of the head looks good. The tone of it and the colours of it, pretty good. I'm not sure how it comes out in the video, but yeah, the little flecks of paint that have been put on, and the details of the kind of the barnacles and the the muscles and all the different bits of shell that are stuck to his coat. It kind of pops out really nicely. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. Now, bear in mind, this is it's kind of like a £90 figure, 130 bucks, something like that. It's not a pricey figure, and it's not bad at all, really. I'm more than happy with that. So here he is, all accessorised up. This bit's fairly straightforward. It just kind of bends around the walking stick, the walking cane, so you can kind of manipulate it into different shapes. I guess if you put the sword in there, you could kind of tuck that back out of the way, but the sword kind of hooks onto a little piece of plastic on his belt. It's not really that secure. It's all right, and again, the sword it really isn't kind of Hot Toys quality, but it's good enough. I guess you could probably always swap it out for something. Again, you can really see the difference between the manufacturers, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's a tiny little key. Again, not great, but it's nice that it's included. Hat's pretty good. The hat is not bad at all, actually. And it's got a nice little lump of seaweed hanging off the back of it. And it really sets the figure off. And then down here you've got the Davy Jones locker, you've got the heart, and you've got his pipe. Now, as far as I remember on the Hot Toys figure, you had the ability to put the end of the pipe in his mouth. I'm not sure whether somebody forgot or whether it was never intended to, but there certainly doesn't appear to be, and I'm not going to force it, any kind of hole in which to shove the pipe into. No big deal. I don't particularly want it in there. You can kind of put it in his other hand if you really want it in there. But it's all right. It's a blatant copy of what previously came. Doesn't feel the same quality. Hasn't got the same kind of weight to it. Quite plasticky. But it's nice that all the bits and pieces are included. On a scoring rate in terms of articulation, it really doesn't have much. The claws kind of go in and out a small bit. You've got some kind of rotation. There's a little bit of rotation on this arm. You can put him in a few bits of poses. The leg's got a bit of articulation at the knee, and you've got a bit of articulation on this foot at the bottom, but not a great deal. The head will move a small amount, a little bit of sideways motion on it, but it's not great. And I can't think of too many unique poses that you want to put him in that would cause too many problems. But it's not bad at all. If I just stick him up against old Captain Jack there, obviously a million miles away in terms of the detail that you get around these figures. We all know that. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I haven't got too many figures in my collection that I'm disappointed with, or too many where I've gone for the cheapy option. But in this particular case, bearing in mind the rarity and the cost of the official Hot Toys Davy Jones figure, this isn't too bad at all. It's not too bad at all. If anyone's interested, I bought two. I'm going to keep this one to myself, and the unopened one I'm going to stick onto eBay in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if you're looking at this, and it's not months since I published this on YouTube, have a quick look on eBay. You might be able to grab yourself a bargain. Anyway, hope that gives you some idea of whether or not you should order it. I'm not sure if you can still pre-order it, but if you see it around and you're missing something in the collection for pirates, go for it. Cheers, guys. See you soon.